Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Lexi's Budget Bunker Build. So as you notice, I'm filming this in a different location today. So my actual workshop is an absolute shambles, and I'll sort of cover that a little bit further on in the video as to why it's like that. But it's freezing cold outside, so I thought I'd film this in bunker number 1. So anybody that's new to the channel may not have seen this. So this was my first bunker build, as it were. This is below ground, not underground, so it's underneath my house. Excavated out, I noticed an area of the house had no columns underneath that would lend itself to making a little bit of a room out of. And so I dug all this out. So there's probably, I don't know how many cubic meters of soil came out of here. It was a huge job. The walls are hollow concrete block filled with rebar and cement, so super solid. Floors about, I don't know, probably 150 mil of concrete, and then there's layers of plastic, then there's gravel. There's a sump in the floor, an automatic pump on it. It's been working really well because it's been a lot of rain. So this room stayed perfectly dry for many years, and as you can see, it's a home theatre. So I set it up as a home theatre / gaming room, and had many hours of pleasure down here. Haven't really used it a lot lately. I've been too busy building bunker number 2. So yeah, this weekend is a bit of a mess for me. So I've been doing a bit of filming during the week, just so that I have a bit of content. As Dale from Backyard Bunker Builder says, and hopefully you guys are following his exploits. Small knocks break bloody big rocks, and I really like that sentiment, because it is just about chipping away at it. So even though this weekend I won't really have any time to do much, I've managed to get a bit done during the week. So enjoy the footage, guys. Thanks for thanks for sticking by me and watching my videos, and hopefully next week will be a little bit back to normal. We'll see you at the end. Okay, I really want to be installing this new pump, but I don't have the parts for that yet. Hopefully pick some of them up tomorrow. So I just want to keep grinding, keep getting stuff done. So what I'll do instead is I'll get the false floor back down there, and get the MIG welder down here and weld in these rebar pieces. That's a job I can do. That's the thing I find, you can get very fixated on thinking about things that you can't do, that you want to do, and lose sight of the things that you can do, because there's always something you can do. And so yeah, it's all progress at the end of the day. Right, more unwanted wisdom from me. Dug out this bit of old rope. It's a lot thicker than the other rope I was using, which means it's a lot, well, not a lot thicker, but it's probably twice as thick as that corded stuff, which means it's a lot easier on the hands. And then iron it down. Right. A bit tedious because I have to do it one piece at a time, but that's what it is. Now, where's my gloves? Put up with there. And hang them up to dry. Oh, they're still pretty wet. Oh well. Is there such a thing as trench hand? I don't know. Looking down here, I can see the stream is still running. If anything, it looks like it's got faster. Jesus, wet. Yeah, I'll be pleased when I've got that bugger in. Because I feel like this 12-volt thing's, it's getting so much use at the moment. Probably more use than it's designed for. Right guys, there's a lot of noise down here, apologies for that. I've got the fan going, the MIG welder's going, so she's all go. So guys, here's the first challenge. This is outside where the pipes come out. If you recall, they're underground and then they come out here. There's actually 3 of them. One of them you can't see in this little box here because it's about there. It goes up. That's the air inlet, which is at the top of the shed. And so this is the exhaust, this one here. And this one has the like services, so it's got that wire for the solar panel, and this is the hose for the existing water pump. Now the pipe I've got is 32mm plastic pipe, and because I've got this bloody right angle on there, so I'm not going to be able to. There's no way I'm going to be able to thread it through there or do anything like that. So that's glued on, so it's going to be a challenge. I might have to. Oh man, that's going to be horrible. I might have to take all this off. Get to that, or I might try hole saw maybe. Just drill straight through there. I've got to be careful I don't go through the existing hose or catch up the wire. This is going to be a challenge. I can't actually remember why I put that why I put a right angle on there, but that elbow. But I think it was because I thought, I thought it'd keep out moisture and stuff. But of course, it's all inside this little cover anyway, so I don't really need to do that. Oh, this is going to be it. I think this is going to be it. Oh, now it's starting to burst down with rain. Of course it is. This is probably just going to smash to bits, but we'll give it a shot. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Come on. Ready? That's a good start. Oh my goodness. Well, that went a lot better than I expected, and I managed to miss the hose and miss the wire. But whether that's in line enough, I don't know. That's actually looking pretty good. I think it's going to do the job. Let's go inside. It's going to be a tricky bit. Well, I got the 45 degree elbows as suggested by Dale from Backyard Bunker Builder. Thanks for that, mate. And confirmed there, actually, when I was talking to the plumber, because he looked at my schematic and he says, "Oh, you need some right angles." I said, "No, actually, I'm going to go for 45s and just join them up." And he said, "Yeah, that's a great idea." So, as always, you're on the money. I'm just going to try and work out how to do this. So I had to cut the pieces of pipe. They come in 6 metre lengths. It would have been nice to just drop a 6 metre length down there, but or at least 5 metres. But my van's not big enough to fit that, so I cut them into 3 metre lengths. So there'll be one join down halfway down. That's fine because it'll be a glued up. I've got a proper joiner. It'll be glued up, so it'll be fine. Now I sort of recall somebody telling me it pays to just give the pipe a light sort of roughing up. Where the glue is going to go, just to help it bond. So that's what I'm doing there. On that end. Outside these things. Don't overdo it, so I'm sanding it out to make it too big. Just create some rough edges there. Beautiful. Right, guys, you can see I've got that started in. So initially I thought about trying to bring it down and across and then down, but I realised that every time you do that you're adding more corners, and I want to keep the corners to an absolute minimum because that reduces flow rate. So I mean, it's poking out a bit, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, as long as it gets the job done. Looks like it's on the piss a little bit, but oh, I see why. I can sort that out. guys, that's nice and solid. I think I'll probably put another one, maybe another one in the middle. It's three clamps, maybe another one. We'll see. Anyway, that's good for now. Things I'm going to have more. Yeah, I'll be having clamps all the way down there, so I think it's going to be solid enough. Hi guys, welcome down to the bunker. As you can see, it's an absolute shambles down here. So what happened was during the week, it was raining, and then the next day it rained heavier, and the next day it rained heavier, and honestly just got worse and worse. There was local flooding around the area, and this little stream that's trickling out through this pipe just got bigger and bigger. It got to a stage where this pump couldn't keep up, so the water level was actually climbing, even with the pump going flat out. So I realised I had to do something, and I had to get this second pump in. So middle of the night basically, I think I finished up at about 11 o'clock at night, but anyway, you know, it's after work. I was well over my knees in icy cold water digging this hole for this wooden box to go into, and I was digging it underwater because I couldn't get the water out of the bunker. It was filling up faster than the pump could get it out. So if ever you've tried to dig a hole in clay underwater when you can't see what you're doing because the water's all muddy, yeah, that was a challenge. That was a challenge. And then getting all these sloppy buckets of wet clay onto this platform and then hauling them out and dumping them outside and then coming back down and digging out some more. What an evening. And I really wanted to have this box, the top of this box, flush with the ground level. So this box should actually be a lot deeper. But in the end, I just couldn't get any further. It was just the water was getting too deep, freezing cold. But anyway, it's in enough to work, and this pump works really, really well. So hopefully you can see it. But it's very slippery down here. I'll just tilt the camera over a bit so you can have a better look. So yeah, the pump works excellent. It's really good, and it's keeping up. No problem at all. Things have slowed down a bit now and calmed down a bit. Now I've just got to clean up the mess. So I had hoped to be getting on with the side tunnel, but I really need to tidy up all this mess now. This pump is playing up as well. I notice it won't self-prime now. Before it would. Now I have to, it's like it'll work if I lift this tube up, fill it full of water, and switch it on, it'll start working. But if it gets the tiniest bit of air in it, it stops and it won't suck. Even if the water was like right there and a pipe going into it, it just won't suck the water up. So I need to pull this out and strip it apart, find out what's wrong. You can get repair kits for these, so maybe it's at that stage, because I do want to get this back up and running as a backup, because this big pump is on mains, and if the power goes out, then if you're back to square one, it's all going to flood. So I need to get this serviced, or service it myself. Get serviced. I need to service it, get it operating again, and I'll have this set up as a backup. So should there be a power cut, at least this stops the water coming up too high, hopefully. Yeah, so the next couple of sessions are going to be tidying up this pipe work, just doing a general tidy up, fixing this pump. This pipe just vents outside at the moment, and I need to pipe it down to the back of the garden so it's not just flowing all over the place. Obviously need to tidy this wiring up, so there's quite a few things to do. So I imagine the next couple of sessions are going to be, next couple of videos are going to be more to dealing with that than anything else. I'm done for this weekend. So thanks for watching, guys. It's just one thing after another down here, but that's part of the fun, right? Part of the challenge. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate the support. And also I'd like to welcome on board a new Patreon. So welcome V. So yep, really great to have you on board, mate. And so I really appreciate my Patreons, and also really appreciate my YouTube members. So yeah, your support's much appreciated. So anyway, guys, look after yourselves out there. Have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend for another gripping episode of Lexi's Budget Bunker Build. This is Lex out.